Hi, Jupiter Running Girl here, coming to you from Juno Dunes Natural Area in northeastern Palm Beach County in sunny South Florida. I'm here on a gorgeous Friday afternoon. Today is a rest day for me, so I decided I'd go for a short walk in a really beautiful area and show you around a little bit. So this natural area is not quite as popular with the local running community as something like Jupiter Ridge, which is just a ways up the road. But it does have the same type of trails as Jupiter Ridge, only the dunes are not quite as high, so it's not as challenging, and that's why I think sometimes it doesn't get as much activity over here. But it's on the same portion of the Intercoastal Waterway. Now it actually has three areas. I'm in the main area here where the parking is. But if you cross Donald Ross Road to the south, there's another whole section of trails over there. And then if you cross US 1 over here towards the east, there's another smaller section that's adjoining Loggerhead Park. There's two main trails that I'm going to show you. One of the trails starts here, kind of starts with a little boardwalk area, and it heads straight to the Intercoastal. And then I'll come back this way, and then I'll kind of complete this main loop, and you'll see what the terrain looks like and how challenging it is. So let me get my trail shoes on, and I'll meet you over there by the map area. Okay, so here's a picture of the map. I'm parked where it says you are here. What I'm going to do is walk straight up this boardwalk where it says 0.2 miles. There's an observation platform. I'm going to keep going. Get sandy there where it says 0.24 miles. I wouldn't be surprised actually if there's even some water down there this time of year. And then when we get to the fork here, I'm going to head basically this way. I'm going to keep going, and then there's another tall observation platform here, and I'll show you where the boat docks are. Then I'm going to come back around and I'm going to complete this loop. So I don't imagine it's going to be more than 2 miles or so, maybe 2.5 miles. So one of the other things I wanted to do today was try out my new Runtastic app for the Apple Watch. Now prior to this, Runtastic's Apple app only worked on the iPhone. And what you could do once you connected it to your Apple Watch is you could see the display on your wrist. But that was it. Now you're able to actually run the whole Runtastic app standalone from the Apple Watch. So I'm going to test that out today. It's the first time I'm going to be using it. And what they say is that you basically don't need to carry your phone with you when you go out for your workouts. Now most of my running friends use Garmin devices for this type of thing, but I figured since I've had this Apple Watch now for about 9 months, and I use the Runtastic app every day, I figured I'd give it a shot and I would try the standalone app. So let's give it a shot. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, starts out with a little bit of a paved sidewalk. We're going to walk up a ways, and it's going to actually turn into a boardwalk and eventually lead to an observation tower. So you can take a look here and see what the terrain looks like. Obviously here, it's pretty easy, and I'm actually going downhill. Now let's take a quick look around. So over here, this is where I came from, and way over there on the other side of the power lines is US 1 and the oceanfront section. Let's keep going. So you can see now we're coming up on the boardwalk area here. This is what it looks like. Some wetlands underneath us. Probably pretty wet in there right now. Now, according to Runtastic, I don't know if you can see that, we've gone almost 0.2 of a mile. Here we are, the observation platform. Here's the sandy area. And just in case I didn't show it to you when I approached it, that's what it looks like. And then you get into now the dunes part of Juno Dunes. If you want, you could turn left. You can take the border trail there all the way across to Donald Ross Road. But we're going to go this way into this very sandy, duney area. I've gone now about a third of a mile. I haven't gone too far, but did want you to know that, as I suspected, there is water up here. So, which is what seems to be the case no matter where we go these days. We've had a very, very rainy summer. Probably the rainiest summer I've seen since I've moved down here. But I've seen this trail in the past. It's been damp down here, so I'm not surprised that there's water. Now, some of you may try to go around it, but I know better. It's just literally not going to be possible to avoid the water, so why not just go right through it? I mean, I'm used to it. Ran a race, I guess it was last weekend, where I pretty much waded through the water for about 3/4 of it. And look, you can see it's pretty wet. Now, I promise you, it's really not wet here most of the time. In fact, as long as I've been coming here for years, this is the first time I've ever seen water in here. So more than likely, if you decide to give it a try someday, it's not going to be quite so wet. All right, now I have gone half a mile and I just got up to the intersection. So over here you can see it's well marked. We've got Donald Ross Road to the left and a trail there. And then we have the parking lot back where I came from and the boat dock area up here. So let's keep going this way and see what adventure lies ahead. All right, I'm about 3/4 of a mile in now and just wanted you to see that it's not all wet. So I've gotten into some really nice dry trail here, and I've had some sand and a little bit of this pine straw strewn wide path. I'm heading towards the intracoastal waterway and the observation tower. So I'll pick it back up when I get around the corner there. Okay, I'm almost at 0.9 miles now, so you can see it's really not that long. And the intercoastal is over here. I've seen some boats go by already. And then over here is the observation platform. We'll go ahead and head on up there and let you see. Sorry about the wind. Let you see what we can see from up there. So if you weren't in a recovery workout and you wanted to get a little cross training in or some cardio, extra cardio in, you could run these stairs 10, 20, 30 times. Come up here. In between, you could do some push-ups. You could do some planks. You could do some triceps, dips. But I'm not doing that today because I need to recover for my 18-miler I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So here's what it looks like from up here. It's a beautiful snowy egret over there in the... Actually, I think it's a great egret. That's what we have here in Florida. Over there. Now, all those waterways kind of all go around in a circle. So if you paddleboard, you can... Up there is the boat dock, so you can dock your boat up there, throw your paddleboards out, come in here and get some really nice paddle boarding in where you don't have to worry about any boat wakes or hopefully you don't have to worry about alligators, but I couldn't really swear to that. There could very well be some gators in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run down these stairs and head on over to the boat docks before we turn around and finish the loop. Approaching another kiosk with some information in it, a little picnic table. By the way, as far as I can tell, there's no restrooms here, no porta potties, but you can go right across the street to Loggerhead Plaza and find some pretty nice restrooms there. I can head on over here, take a look at the boat dock, get an idea of the expanse that you've got here for paddleboarding. Oh, there's a nice blue heron gliding over the water. I was paddleboarding in this general vicinity, a little bit up the intercoastal last year sometime, and actually saw an owl fly by. It was pretty interesting. And it was during the day. I guess they gotta fly sometime. So I'm not gonna go all the way down, but it's basically some day docks. Tie your boat up. Alright, so this is where still water here, but I could go that way and head back to the parking lot, but I'm going to go this way, and I'm feeling pretty optimistic that this whole area from now on is going to be dry, but famous last words. So this is a very sandy area, and there's going to be some dunes, so again, they're not very tall. But when I get to one that has some height to it, I'll flip the video back on. Alright, I'm at the part kind of at the top end of the loop, right parallel to the intercoastal, and I have to make a right-hand turn here, and it is a little wet here. You can go that way, and that would take you around the border of the park, which is extremely sandy. But I'm going to turn right here, and I'm going to continue on this marked trail. I'll kind of cut through here where it's not quite as wet, and then again probably going to get to the sandy parts. So let me leave it on for a minute and show you what I mean. As long as you've got your trail shoes on, you've really got nothing to worry about with this water. It's not like you're really going to find any snakes or gators or anything in this water. They're really just puddles on the trail. I mean, technically they are part of the surrounding wetlands, but I don't think gators and things like to swim in puddles, so I don't really worry about it. But here it gives you an example of a little hill on the sandy part of the trail. You can do a couple of loops here, and it's the middle of August, and it's 98 degrees with a heat index of 115. These hills actually are pretty challenging. Sugar sand, very soft, and just this slight incline will really get your heart going. And there's a couple of these on this part of the trail. Just wanted you to see, despite the unattractive looking building straight ahead, the trail itself is quite nice here. It's easy to walk on, it's very soft. It's pretty firm right now actually because of all the rain we've had. That's one of the nice things about the rain, is that it does make these sugar sand trails much easier to run on if you feel like running. Obviously to walk on, much easier as well. So I've surpassed the 2-mile mark, and I'm getting pretty close to rounding the bend up here and heading back to the car. Alright, so again, if you want to do a longer loop, you can kind of take the one that was back there and just kind of keep going. It circles all the way around, and then it would come out over here, and you'd basically be doing that sort of outer loop here. But I did the inner loop, the marked trail, and I'm coming around now. You can see way in the distance, that's the observational kiosk for the trail that's on the oceanfront side that adjoins Loggerhead Park. It's just over there, and as you can see, this section of the trail, there's no water. It's just nice, soft, sandy trails. I've made it to the end. Let's take a quick look back. You can see the trail behind me. And you probably can also tell there are a lot of clouds in the sky today. Didn't really quite get the sun I was looking for, but that's okay. And I come up here, and I'm back parking area, and just kind of end where I started, back here at the kiosk. And according to Runtastic, I've gone 2 1/3 miles. So I hope you enjoyed this video tour of Juno Dunes Natural Area. If you live in the area and you're new to trail running and you want to get your feet wet, so to speak, this is a great place to come. As you can see, you can't get lost. Trails are nice, easy to walk on, run on, well marked, beautiful, beautiful scenery, and most of the year it's not really that wet. In fact, I know I didn't videotape the whole thing, but I would say 90% of that trail was dry. So really you have nothing to worry about. Just come on down and check it out. Have a good day. Bye.